This is the prototype of the crime-ridden Gotham City, a place called the Windy City despite the lack of wind, a city that has a coastal atmosphere despite not being near the sea. This is the third largest city in the United States, Chicago. It was almost razed to the ground by a fire, and it also witnessed the rise of the god of basketball. So what kind of city is Chicago? What are its landmarks and attractions worth seeing? Next, let's go into this city to find the answer. Chicago is located in the Great Lakes region in northeastern Illinois, USA. It is located on the west bank of Lake Michigan. The Chicago River runs through the city, outlining the unique waterfront scenery for the city. Due to its proximity to the lake and its vast lakeshore, Chicago is often described as an inland coastal city in terms of natural landscape and urban atmosphere. Chicago has a population of about 2.72 million and a metropolitan area population of about 9.4 million, 2024, making it the third largest city and metropolitan area in the United States. As an important national transportation hub and economic center, it has O'Hare International Airport, whose flight traffic ranks among the top in the world all year round. Chicago is located on a glacial plain with flat terrain. The city spreads westward along the lake. The overall layout is grid-like, with accessible transportation and orderly planning. Its nickname, the Windy City, is related to the strong winds brought by Lake Michigan and the political atmosphere of eloquent politicians in the 19th century. The word Chicago comes from the local Aboriginal language, meaning wild onion, because this wetland was once full of strong-smelling plants. The city was founded in 1837 and became an important industrial and transportation center in the United States in just a few decades. However, a fire in 1871 almost razed the city to the ground. Post-disaster reconstruction became a turning point in the history of Chicago's urban development, and modern urban planning and high-rise buildings began to sprout from then on. In the 20th century, Chicago was not only an important settlement for American immigrants, but also a center of active gangster forces. For example, the infamous Chicago Godfather, Al Capone, once ran rampant here. Today, Chicago is the home of the world's largest futures and derivatives trading market, with the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME, and the Chicago Board of Trade, CBOE. It is also the headquarters of many Fortune 500 companies, including McDonald's, Kraft Heinz, AbbVie, United Airlines, Motorola, Allstate Insurance, and Exelon. Chicago has a solid economic foundation and a diversified industrial structure. It is one of the most influential economic centers in the Midwest of the United States. In terms of higher education, Chicago has many world-renowned universities. Among them, the University of Chicago is particularly famous for its economics, law, and social sciences, ranking 13th in the 2026 QS World University Rankings. Northwestern University enjoys a high reputation in the fields of media, engineering, business, etc., and is ranked 42nd in the 2026 QS rankings. Chicago is also a city with a strong sports tradition and has many professional teams. Among them, the NBA Chicago Bulls is famous worldwide for the glory of the Jordan era in the 1990s. It has won the NBA championship 6 times and is one of the most iconic teams in basketball history. Chicago is a living urban epic, and those landmarks and attractions are its chapters. Now, let's open this book together to explore the unique story of the city. Millennium Park is the most lively urban park in downtown Chicago, where people come to stroll, see exhibitions, or listen to music in all seasons. The most famous sculpture in the park is the Cloud Gate sculpture, also known as the Bean, which looks like a huge silver bean and can clearly reflect the city and the sky. It is a must-go place for tourists to take photos and check in. In summer, there are often free open-air concerts on the lawn. In winter, the fountain will become an ice skating rink. The park is full of design and open, and is a vibrant cultural green space in the city. Both locals and foreign tourists can find a relaxing rhythm here. The Art Institute of Chicago is one of the most famous art museums in the United States, with a rich collection covering various periods from ancient artifacts to modern art. It houses world-famous works such as Monet's Water Lilies, Van Gogh's Self-Portrait, and Wood's American Gothic. The Impressionist and modern art exhibition halls are particularly popular. The two bronze lions outside the museum are its symbol and have been guarding this place for more than 100 years. Grant Park is a large public green space in downtown Chicago, close to Lake Michigan, and is known as the front yard of Chicago. The most eye-catching landmark in the park is the Buckingham Fountain, which was built in 1927 and was inspired by the Leto Fountain in the Palace of Versailles. It adopts the Rococo style and looks like a huge wedding cake, symbolizing the vastness and vitality of Lake Michigan. The fountain performs water dance regularly, and the main spray can be as high as 40 meters. There are also light and music performances at night in summer. Shedd Aquarium is located in the museum park on the south side of Chicago's Grant Park, close to the shore of Lake Michigan. It is one of the most representative aquariums in the United States. Since its opening in 1930, it has attracted countless tourists to explore the mysteries of the marine world. The museum has more than 30,000 species of creatures, including sharks, dolphins, jellyfish, penguins, and strange fish from the Amazon rainforest. Several themed exhibition areas, such as Caribbean coral reefs and polar ecology, are both ornamental and educational. The Chicago Riverwalk is an urban pedestrian path built along the Chicago River, running through the core area of the city center. It combines leisure, sightseeing, and dining. You can enjoy the skyscrapers and bridges on both sides of the river while walking. There are cafes, bars, and outdoor seats along the way, which is a good place for locals and tourists to relax. You can take a boat tour on the river during the day, and the lights reflected on the water at night are unique. Navy Pier is one of the most popular tourist landmarks in Chicago. It is located on the shore of Lake Michigan. It was originally a military dock and was later converted into a comprehensive entertainment area. There are Ferris wheels, amusement facilities, theaters, and museums here, which are suitable for family outings. Strolling along the lakeside promenade, you can overlook the Chicago skyline, or take a boat out of the lake to experience another side of the city. Willis Tower, formerly known as Sears Tower, was built in 1973. It is 442 meters high and was the tallest skyscraper in the world at the time. It held this record for 25 years. It is still one of Chicago's city landmarks. Visitors can go up to the skydeck on the 103rd floor and overlook Lake Michigan and the city skyline in a glass viewing box. The Magnificent Mile is the most famous section of Michigan Avenue in Chicago, stretching from the Chicago River in the south to Oak Street in the north, with a total length of about 1 mile. There are many high-rise buildings and shops here, and many luxury brands. Department stores, restaurants, hotels, and landmark buildings are concentrated here. The famous John Hancock Center is located in this section. Visitors can go up to the observation deck to overlook the magnificent view of the city and Lake Michigan. Lincoln Park is the largest urban park in Chicago, covering an area of about 4.9 square kilometers. It stretches along the shore of Lake Michigan, with green trees and pleasant scenery. The park has lakeside trails, gardens, sports fields, and golf courses, and is a popular place for local residents to relax and exercise on a daily basis. The Lincoln Park Zoo is located in it and is open to the public free of charge all year round, especially popular with family tourists. The park also houses cultural attractions such as the Chicago History Museum and Lincoln Park Conservatory, which are both educational and ornamental. From the high-rise skyline to the lakeside green space, from the tranquility of the art gallery to the bustling streets, Chicago shows its true and diverse side. It is not only an economic and cultural center in the Midwest, but also a city worth savoring slowly. Whether you are a newcomer or a repeat visitor, there are always new discoveries here that are worth reminiscing about.